I'm legitimately 100% serious. If you want to trade Forex the hard way, please skip this video. You're not going to like this rude awakening I'm about to give you here because you're probably doing way more than you have to do. My name's Nick. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos, I've been trading Forex, stocks, and crypto for almost a decade. I've made millions of dollars trading Forex, stocks, and crypto combined, and I'm uniquely qualified to tell you what I think the hard way to learn trading is versus what the easy way to learn trading is. And it's funny because by doing such little amounts of bullshit whenever you're trading, you don't have to play these types of games that so many other people have to play. You might see so many videos here on YouTube of people just like me, trading gurus claiming to know what the hell they're doing, teaching you these complicated, elaborate, ridiculous trading strategies. I'm here to tell you that that doesn't work. And even if it does work, why the hell would you want to do something so complicated when it can be so simple instead? Whenever you go and look at my charts, it is a black background with white candles. I don't even have the candles changed to a different color. It is nothing except a clear black and white chart scheme, and I don't use anything except support and resistance zones on the chart. You'll see my actual trading view tools are just an arrow to show what I think is going to happen, little rectangles that are shaded blue so I can draw the support resistance zones, and then a long short position size tool so that I can show people where I'm entering and exiting. Where do I show people where I'm entering and exiting? I show people here in my free Telegram channel. I'll put a link in the description for this. I've run this for the past 7 years. It's been free. I share my analysis, my trades in here. I post things, the trades that I'm in, the entries, the exits, the lot sizes, the things that I think are going to happen, the analysis, the trade profits. I'm making anywhere from $50,000 to $200,000 a month right now trading just Forex. And we're not even talking about crypto or stocks or anything else. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I share it all for free right here in this Telegram channel. You can see this is a trade that we're about to talk about, GBPNZD. And this was the profit that I had made on it at that time. Then I closed it in $40,000 of profit right after this. So let's go ahead and get right into it here. What I'm going to do is we're going to start by just showing you an example of one of the trades that I just took this week. So this is a trade that I called out on my free Telegram channel. And what did I do? I sold GBPNZD. Now we're going to break this whole analysis down from the very beginning. And to illustrate to you how simple and ridiculous this is, so that you can just be mind blown at how stupid your current trading approach probably is and how you should probably just like not do that at all and instead do what I'm doing. I'm going to show it to you step by step. Okay. We're going to start the timer here. We're going to starting. It is 6:47 a.m. and we're going to start the 40-second now. Okay. So what I did is on GBPNZD, I went to the weekly time frame. I used the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, and I just draw the most clear support resistance zone above price and below price. So we've got these two zones. Then what I do is I set alerts at these zones. I set one alert above price and one alert below price. At the time, whenever I did this analysis, the price was right here. Okay, it was right here before price had gotten to that zone. So right, it was one daily candle ago or about 2 days ago. Whenever price got into this zone, what I did is I entered a sell position at that zone. I put a stop loss above the zone, and then I put a profit target at a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And then I closed just before price hit the profit target. Okay, this profit target was about a $50,000 profit, and then instead I ended up closing at just under $40,000 because it all happened in one day. And so I just actually exited right there because it was easy. I didn't have to pay the session changeover fees, and it was all fine and dandy. Now, what is the current time right here? This is 6:48:40. So it has taken about 60 seconds for me to explain the full analysis for why I took that trade. And honestly, I was giving you way too much context, right? I was showing you, look, hold this in my Telegram channel, shit like that. Honestly, it probably took me about 30 seconds to analyze that trade. And it might take you an even lower amount of time because whenever you're going to these charts, you will realize that there's nothing really that important whenever you're going to these charts. If you're looking at the higher time frames, you're looking at where current market price is, you draw a support zone below price and a resistance zone above price, and then just set 2 damn alerts. And then when price gets there, buy if it's at support, sell if it's at resistance, assuming the context is appropriate, right? Sometimes you get crazy news events like NFP, FOMC, fundamental data that comes out and price just spikes straight to the zone. So when it gets there to the alert, check the actual chart, make sure nothing insane is going on, like a crazy news event or a crazy flash crash. And as long as there's nothing insane going on, which happens less than 1% of the time, 99% of the time, you're just going to enter the trade immediately. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. You don't have to give yourself this long narrative, this fantasy storytelling. You tell yourself about why you think price is going to go up or down. None of that shit matters. All that matters is making more on your winners and you lose on your losers. When you just trade support resistance, it allows you to keep things simple and control risk, right? If you keep things simple, What that means is that you're going to have predictable, sustainable, consistent decision making. You're not going to have all this convoluted bullshit of like, okay, the moving average has to be above price, and when that's above price at a 45-degree angle or lower, I'm only going to be looking for sells, and price pulls back to the 61.8 Fibonacci, and I put an entry there with a stop loss above the recent high, wherever the hell you think that is, and then a target of a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, and then I move the stop to break even after the 1-to-1 risk reward ratio is met, and then price comes back, it stops you out more than half the time, it stops you out at break even when it goes into profit, so you have trades that would have been profitable that stop you out. It's so much convoluted bullshit. You know what I do? I wait for price to get to a support or resistance zone. I buy at support and sell at resistance with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. That is it. That is all I've done. So whenever it comes here, I ended up closing this trade. This trade went out in a profit and it was all fine and dandy. And when you look at the analysis, it is ridiculously simple, right? Again, it took me 60 seconds to explain it to you, but whenever I was doing this on my own, probably took me 15 to 30 seconds to do, okay? Now, what am I going to do when GBPNZD gets down here? Let's do this analysis, right? And let's just start over from scratch, just so we can see exactly what I do. That way you can go and do this for yourself. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to join my free Telegram channel, okay? If you just want me to like hold your hand and take it with baby steps, you can join my Telegram. You could just watch everything I do for free in there, okay? But if you want to do this on your own because you're against following someone like me, a self-proclaimed multimillionaire trading guru who makes videos on YouTube teaching people how to trade, you don't even have to follow anything else I say after this video. If you just leave this video, delete the YouTube app from your phone and never visit it again on your computer to watch a damn trading video, you can take this and you can build on this approach in an iterative way and gain consistent, predictable experience to be able to start doing this yourself, okay? So watch exactly what I do right here. We're on the weekly chart on GBPNZD. You can use weekly, daily, and as a matter of fact, we'll just use daily, right? Just for the hell of it. The most clear zone above and below price. Well, up here we have a zone above price, and down here we have a zone below price. You're just looking for the most obvious zones. No bullshit like this, where price is spiking through it over and over, and you're like, oh, well, technically that's a low there, and then it broke and then found resistance twice and broke above and found support. If price breaks through it a bunch of times, just leave it the hell alone. You want the obvious stuff. You want the easy trades, okay? You don't have to make things harder for yourself here in forex trading. If you're just taking the easy trades, there's no law against it. There's no rule against you just waiting for the easiest, most clear setups. You have to recognize when you're starting to play mental gymnastics with yourself and avoid trades that are stupid because price has spiked through it a million times over and over and it's not clear, and you're having to adjust the zone a million times to try to figure out what you want to do. That's so stupid. It's just not necessary. Just wait for price to get to the super obvious, clear, ridiculous zones. So painfully obvious that you, your wife or your husband and your dog and your grandma and your dead great-grandfather can even look at that trade and agree that it's like a perfect trade because it's just very, very simple and clear. So what you'll do is when price gets here, right, you're going to set an alert up here, and then you're going to set an alert down here. Okay, alert goes about halfway into the zone. I don't draw zones like this where it's like, okay, it could bounce somewhere in there. It's stupid. And I don't draw zones like this where you're like, okay, has to come to this exact area right here. You might as well just be drawing a damn line at that point. But price is not perfect, and so it's not always going to stop at the exact area that you draw. That's why I thicken my zones up just a little bit to encapsulate a region where prices generally bounce, generally speaking. So when price gets there, what are we going to do? All you're going to do is you're going to get the alert. You're going to look at your chart. If there's nothing insane going on, like I said, that happens less than 1% of the time. Like if you get the alert and then by the time you check it a minute later, price has already broken the zone. Okay, obviously don't enter the zones. Probably some crazy news event going on. But 99% of the time, you're just going to buy there. You're going to put your stop loss below the zone and then a target at a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. And then whenever you're first learning this, just let the damn trade play out. Don't manage it like actively when you're first learning, right? For the first month or two of doing this, please, for God's sakes, just use a demo account. And when you're back testing this, you can do it in replay mode. And it's so easy to back test and it's so straightforward. Just let things play out. But whenever you're doing this after a month or two, then you can start doing things like, okay, I'm going to add to this trade and profit, right? Or, I'm going to move the stop loss a little bit closer after it moves into profit a bit. Or, you know what? I'm going to wait until XYZ happens to then enter, right? And then maybe I'm going to close this position early because it's going sideways and I don't think it'll work out. Or, it's about to be Friday market close and I think it's almost to the profit target. Instead of trying to hold for this extra, 20% of the profit target, I'm just going to close it right here because it's 80% of the way to the profit target. And I would just rather close it and take the profit than hold it over the weekend, pay the swap fees, deal with gaps next week, and then also wondering if it's even going to hit the target next week. Okay, you can make nuanced decisions like that after you get some basic experience. We're trying to just keep things simple as hell for you so that way you don't keep fucking up like you have been doing for the past few weeks, the past few months, months, perhaps even the past few years. My dumbass, it took me 2 years to get profitable trading, a little bit less, but like roughly 2 years to get profitable and consistent where I was predictably making money. Okay, it's hard, it's ridiculous. A lot of the stupid shit I was doing, I'm trying to prevent you from doing, so that way all you have to do is just watch this one video, and as long as you make it here to the end of the video and you understand exactly what to do, you can close your computer, you can close your phone, you can just start going through the charts and doing this shit over and over and over, whether you're back testing and forward testing on a demo account for a couple months before then moving to live. There are some of my clients that have gotten profitable in 30 days just working with me, just following these trades that I'm showing you how to take, and then they're able to structure their system in such a way where it's so predictable and they do barely anything. Okay, I've got clients who are doctors, attorneys, engineers, people who own huge businesses that are still having time to trade. It's ridiculous how little time it actually takes to be profitable trading, provided that you're not using the 10-second time frame and you're just trading on higher time frames like 4-hour, daily, and weekly. Okay, a lot of my clients look at charts like 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and then 10 to 15 minutes in the evening. And then really they don't even have to look at charts that much because they just set alerts once at the beginning of the week. And when price gets to one of the zones, you're only taking 1 to 2, maybe 3 trades a week. And they just risk a high dollar amount on the trades they take because you don't have to be risking like $100 here and there on a $10,000 account, right? You can risk $1,000 on a $10,000 account, something most people would argue against. They say, oh, you shouldn't do that. 10% risk is too crazy. But when you know the stats and you know you can get out of losing trades a little bit early, and you can hold winning trades to their profit target, worst case scenario, after 50 to 100 trades with a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, just letting it hit TP or stop loss, you're probably just going to break even. Okay, that's the beauty behind this approach. And keep in mind, 90% of people cannot even fucking break even. You, by just using a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, blinding yourself and entering randomly, half the time it'll hit stop, half the time it'll hit profit. And don't give me that bullshit about, oh, but you've got swaps and fees and commissions. If you're trading Forex with a broker that gives you low commissions, low spreads, low swap fees, the swaps, the commissions, the fees are negligible, okay? Yes, they're going to eat into your profits a little bit, but it's fucking negligible. You're roughly going to break even after enough trades. Worst case scenario, doing this over and over and over. And if you don't believe me, code it into an algorithm, code it into a little EA trading robot thing with just 1-to-1 risk reward ratios, entering for some random thing. You know, you enter at 8:15 a.m. every morning into a buy or a sell on Euro USD. Half the time it'll hit stop, half the time it'll hit target, given enough trades. If you do it 5 or 10 trades, no, you're call you something really bad in this video. I know I've already berated you enough, and I'm trying to drill this shit through your head right now. If you do that with only 5 to 10 trades, yes, the stats are going to be different because there's random distribution of wins and losses. But if you give it enough trades, you are just going to break even. Keep in mind, you can be 90% better than 90% of traders if you just enter random buys and sells with a fucking 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Okay, and if you don't believe me, go test it for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Okay, I sell a course. I sell a subscription group where people can follow my trades. It's in my best interest to convince you that what I'm doing is actually working. Okay, so you don't have to listen to me. If you think that's a perverse incentive and you think that's ridiculous, perfectly fine. I understand. What I'm saying is take what I'm saying and at least give it the time of day to go and experiment with it for yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to sit there skeptical as fuck about every single thing you see online without ever having gone and tested it for yourself. It's okay to think for yourself. I'm just giving you some input as to what has worked for me and my clients, having almost a decade of trading experience. Now, when price gets into here, you'll notice that I said we put a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. Where the hell do you put your stop loss? Let's restructure it from the very beginning. Price comes down into this zone. You're sitting on the toilet taking a shit, and then you get the alert. British pound, New Zealand dollar. GBPNZD is at the zone. What do? You go look at the chart. Okay, if there's nothing crazy going on. It's not having huge spikes and huge red candles dropping, and it's not like breaking the zone. It just hits the zone, and then everything looks pretty steady state, and everything looks pretty normal. What you'll do is you'll then enter a buy. And then what you'll do is as you enter the buy has to be in the zone. Do not let it leave the zone and then enter after it's already left the zone. Okay, this fucks up the risk structure so bad, just don't do it. Okay, you should be entering inside the zone when price gets there. That is the best entry with the lowest risk. So you enter inside the zone. The stop loss does not have to be way the hell away from the zone, but at the same time, you do not want to put it too close to the zone. Wherever you have the zone drawn, put the stop loss just outside of it. Okay, this does two things. Number one, it's going to be a quick loss if it goes against you. Okay, you're not having to hold way the hell down here and then you lose the trade. So the second thing though is that it gives you a chance for, if price breaks past the zone a little bit before then moving back into profit, it allows you to not get stopped out on the trade. Okay, So for example, I'm going to show you a trade that I'm in right now that this has happened, but I'm going to show that to you. It's on USDCAD right after I finish this. Okay, but don't put the stop too far. Don't put the stop too close to the zone and smother it, right? Just put it at a reasonable distance outside the zone where you're like, okay, price has certainly broken the zone at that point. I want to get out of that trade. And then it hits your stop loss. Then boom, you have a way to control risk. Then for your profit target, just set a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, okay? Now guess what's going to happen, right? This is the crazy part right here. Price is just going to go up or it's going to go down, and you do not know what the hell is going to happen. And you certainly don't know what the hell is going to be happening. You don't have any merit or credibility to say anything unless you get some experience. Once you get some experience, you can start being able to say, okay, it bounced here and then it came back and tried to bounce again. But now we're making like lower highs coming into the zone, and it's been about a week since you've been in the trade. That is probably going to be something where it breaks through the zone and starts heading for the downside, right? So at that point, sure, then you can start doing things like closing the trade early, maybe halfway to the stop, a third of the way to the stop, something like that. And then you can just make your losses a little bit smaller. Because in trading, the only way you're profitable is if you just make a little more than you lose on your losers. So if you're profitable trades, the conglomerate of those is more money and profit. Then the conglomerate of your losing trades, cool, you're making more on your winners than you're losing on your losers, right? You're holding winners a little bit longer, and then you're cutting losses short. It's like the same age-old bullshit everybody always says, and you see all the people who are multi-billionaires running investment management, asset management companies, investment firms, mutual funds, traders, investors, they're all saying, cut your losses short, hold your winners longer. Okay, it's true, yes, that's how you make money trading. Otherwise, if you do the alternative like a dumbass, like you're probably doing right now, watch what happens, right? Just flip that over. Say, okay, let's hold your losses longer and let's close your winners really early. Okay, go do that. Fine, be my guest. If you don't want to be a dumbass, then do this instead. So you can do this after a month or two of getting experience. For now, just wait for price to bounce. It'll either go to the profit target or the stop loss, and then just collect the data. Another cool thing you can do is you can actually go to Discord. And then what you can do is in Discord is you can start a trading journal. Okay, so I have my own little trading journal right here. This is where people pay me to follow my trades. And what I do is I take a screenshot whenever I take a trade. As a matter of fact, we're going to go back and look where I called this trade. So the 10/7/2025, so October 7th. And earlier this week, I'm not even going to get into this because this was insane. I made $125,000. This is the biggest forex trade of my trading career. Before losing a trade right after that for like $45,000. But I made $125,000 in this trade right here for NZD USD. It was a ridiculous trade. I might even discuss that here in a second, but that was the biggest trade of my career. But for this GBPNZD trade, look at how simple it is, right? It's the same black and white charts on my MetaTrader 5 terminal as I have on my actual TradingView chart layout. Black background, white candlesticks. You don't need to have red candlesticks for the bull candles and green candles for the bull candles, and then red candles for the bear candles. You don't have to do any of that, right? You just put them all the same color. It doesn't fucking matter. What are you gonna do? You look at all the candles, all the different time frames, trying to make out, oh, it's gonna go up or down. This is a bull candle. We have an engulfing candle, doji, bullish, wagyu beef, institutional order block candle that closes above the recent 3 candles. You don't have to do any of that nonsense. It is such bullshit. Okay, all that matters is that you get experience. There's something to be said for the discernment of price action, yes, but you're not gonna win getting like little candlestick patterns memorized in your head of all those Japanese, Chinese, wagyu beef, candlestick, Kobe steak strategies. It's fucking retarded. Okay, I see so many people fixating on shit like that, and it just doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just take it from me. I've been doing this shit for a decade. I have found personally it doesn't matter. It doesn't improve your win rate at all. It doesn't make any more likely for things to work out. What matters is your experience, your discernment of the price action. Do not take black and white objective absolutes and try to make them as a functional trading approach. All that's going to matter is you buying or selling whenever the hell you think you should buy or sell, and then just structuring risk in a way where you're not losing your ass on every single trade, and then win a little bit more than you lose. Okay, you don't need all this complicated stuff to do it. So what did I do? You can see on GBPNZD, as soon as price got into the zone and my alert went off, I entered a sell. And then I put a stop loss above the zone and a target below the zone. You can see I risked $50,000 on these trades. Yeah, I have millions of dollars to trade with. I made millions of dollars trading Forex, crypto, and stocks over the past decade. I have a shit ton of money to trade with. And this is only a portion of my trading capital because I don't put all my trading capital into one account. I put a couple $100,000 into an account, just enough for me to risk $25,000 to $50,000 per trade. And then depending on the quality of the trade, I'll risk anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 usually. So I risked $50,000 on this trade. What happened? I entered that there. I put my little like screenshot here because this is how I let people follow my trades. So that way they can follow all the exact specifics. I put all the analysis here in Telegram, and I'll show the trades after they get moving. But the moment I enter them, I call them out here in my trading group. And you know what? I'm not even going to give you a link to join my Discord trading group. If you really want to join it, you'll find the link somewhere. Like, I think every now and then I post it in Telegram. I'm actually raising the price here in a couple days. I'm not even going to give you a link to join it. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't join it. If you're going to join anything, just join my free Telegram and just follow that, because that's really all you need. So in here, you can see I entered this trade, and then I'm short on GBPNZD, 50K risk. And then I just tracked what I was doing, still holding the GBPNZD trade. And then right here, you can see 10-8. So the next day, I'm closing GBPNZD here. Almost session changeover. We were lucky to get this quick move into profit, a good outcome. So I closed it right there whenever it came down. Now you'll notice what I'm doing here in Discord is essentially a trading journal, right? You can literally go to Discord, and we've actually timed this because we make our clients do this who work with us in a one-on-one capacity, right? So we have one-on-one coaching as a portion of what we offer. I'm not telling you that you need to apply that. I'm not trying to get you interested in any sideways thing like that. I'm just telling you this is legitimately what we tell clients to do, and some of them get profitable in 30 to 60 days. I cannot guarantee you anything. Trading's risky, and most people lose money. Okay, most people are fucking idiots. They can't be doctors, engineers, lawyers, fucking CEOs of businesses making multi-million dollars. Most people just can't do it. All right, trading's no different. Like 90% of people lose money. It's no fucking wonder. Okay, it's hard. So I'm not guaranteeing you anything, but what I am guaranteeing you is that by these people working with me, I have given them the exact same process that we've used for years to help people get profitable. Guess what? Because it's so simple. We make people go into a Discord server, and then it takes them 30 seconds to set it up. You go here, you click add a server. You click create my own, you click for me and my friends, Nick Sean FX's server, then we click create, and then boom, now you have a Discord server here. You can edit, you can close this little voice channel thing right here. You can close this general thing, we don't need that. And then all you need is a server here, general, and then we're also gonna duplicate a channel here. Back testing, and then we'll name this first part up here, forward testing. Forward testing. Now what you'll do is for all the trades that you take that are actual like live trades on a demo account, right? Please God, not with live capital, just wait a few months, right? And I understand you're excited. You want to make billions and billions of dollars. Okay, I get it. Like, right, I make $1 billion a day trading forex, complete satire, but trade with the demo account. You'll do forward testing on a demo account. All your trades do exactly as I do. Okay, just like that SpongeBob episode where he's telling Patrick like exactly as I do, and then he like takes the lid off the jar because it's so fucking simple, and Patrick's so retarded he can barely do anything. Exactly as I do. Look that shit up on YouTube. That scene is funny as hell. Do exactly as I do. Just post a screenshot of the moment you take the trade, and then post a screenshot of whenever you close the trade. Right. So the moment I took this trade was up here. I called GBPNZD right here. Right. And you don't even have to put a long explanation. As a matter of fact, because of how important this is, let me just show you the whole thing. Back testing. Let's say we're back testing this trade, right? So what we can do is we can say that when price gets here to this zone, we're going to buy. Okay. So we're going to buy there at the zone. We're going to put a stop loss underneath the zone and a target at a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Okay. So then what you'll do is you'll go to this little camera button on TradingView, take a snapshot, click copy link. It's the one in the middle, copy link. Then what you'll do, I'm here on a Mac, so all I have to do is hit Command V, right? And that puts the link there. If you don't know how to use a computer and you haven't used a computer in the past 20 years, you can double click and you can also click paste. Then you put that link there. Okay, now you don't even have to put an explanation. A lot of people, they'll go into all this stupid detail and try to convince themselves, walking on the tightrope of mental gymnastics, saying like, I took this trade because the sellers are coming in and the market makers, and then the liquidity has shifted and the institutions are buying because of the Bank of Japan's, the new minister came in, and then they're causing this economic fundamental policy, and then we have a reverse doji inverted candlestick fuck you pattern on the chart. Like, don't put the long explanation, okay? You know what the simple explanation is you being able to look at the chart and seeing, yeah, price was at a support zone and then I bought with a stop under and a target above. That since the image is so simple, and since what you're doing is so simple and it doesn't require all these confounding variables, all it means is that you don't have to play the types of games that most people are doing. You can just put the screenshot and that speaks for itself. Okay, when you go back and look at this damn screenshot, yeah, I bought there's the damn support zone that I drew, the stop is underneath it and the target is above it. Okay, you don't have to type a whole explanation, you don't have to do a college dissertation and write a 1,000-word essay as to why you took the damn trade. Just put the screenshot. Now, let's say that whenever we enter this trade, Okay, price starts going up a little bit, but then it reverses and it goes and hits the stop loss. Yeah, I'm not going to cherry pick here and make it look like I'm a genius and I'm a god, because you're going to have trades lose. And as a matter of fact, you're going to have trades lose close to 50% of the time when you first start doing this. Then as you get experience, your win rate will probably come up to 60 to 65%. Not guaranteeing you anything. That's just what I've seen personally, as well as working with 4,500 clients over the past 7 years that I've been actively coaching people. So let's say it hits the stop loss. Here's what you do. You take another screenshot after the trade is concluded. Then you put it here, right? Then below that, you'll just put GBPNZD, bought at support, hit stop loss. That's it, right? It's not even a complete sentence. Bought at support, hit stop loss. Then what you do is you do this for the rest of your trades, right? You take more trades, you go through back tests, you can use the replay mode to go back in the replay mode, and then you can go like so. We'll go back here in the replay mode here. We'll click random bar. And then whenever price gets to these zones, so for example, like let's go up here. We've got a resistance zone up here where price is currently at. And then we've got a support zone down here. I'm going to put that extreme low where price is at. Then you just wait for price to get to one of those zones. Okay, so it gets here to the resistance zone. And then when it gets there to the resistance zone, you sell immediately whenever it gets there with the stop just above this zone and above that high right there. Okay. So it has to be above all the highs. Then a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. Oh, let's talk about cherry picking, huh? It instantly worked out. Oh yeah, okay, Nick, sure, yeah, instantly worked out. Cherry picking trades. I'm showing you exactly what to do. Go do this shit for yourself. Do not take my word for it. There are so many idiots here on the internet trying to fucking scam you and teach you some bullshit when they have no clue what they're doing. What I'm saying is, here's what I do. Here's what I've taught thousands of clients to do. Here's what I trade. Here's what I do live in front of 50,000 people in my Telegram every single day. And then what I'm telling you at the end of all that is to go and do it for yourself. Just go and try it in a controlled setting where you're setting up your Discord account just like I've shown here. And then you just have your forward testing, you have your back testing, and you just post your trades, you start analyzing your data. It is so easy to analyze your data. Okay, so the moment that this trade's set up, what do we do? Okay, this is exactly how you do it. So it sets up in back testing. So you enter that there, you take a screenshot, copy link. Then we go here to your little back testing thing here. We put that screenshot there. And if you want as well, yeah, you can put the pair. Your GBP, let's say sell. This will just probably make it a little bit easier for you to track. So, forgive me. You don't have to put your explanation, but maybe put the damn pair. That way it's easy to see. So you're a GBP sell. And then you click it forward, right? You go through the replay mode, and then it's either going to hit stop or it's going to hit target. Okay, so this one hit the target. Yay. Super amazing cherry-picked trade. Okay, sweet. So you hit the profit target. Then you put right here, you're a GBP. You're a GBP sell. Let's actually put your GBP TP. That way we don't get confused that it might be another sell. You'll put TP or you'll put stop loss, right? So this one was TP. So you're a GBP TP. Sold at res, hit TP. If you want to add anything to it, like stop went above the recent most extreme spike out of the zone, right? Because if you're putting your stop loss above that, right, you can put little shit like that in there. Anything you think will be useful to help you. But the thing is do not make this more complicated than it needs to be. You really don't need more than an incomplete sentence or two. That's it. All you're looking for is you're looking to build muscle memory so that your brain starts recognizing things in your subconscious psyche to be able to start looking at charts, and then you get a feeling of intuition, discretion, price action, discernment that you cannot put into words or explain. You cannot quantitatively define all those variables, right? It's a qualitative data that you look at the chart, you're like, if something seems weird about this trade, I'm not going to take it. It's a combination of you seeing the same bullshit over and over and over again that then generates and presents itself, manifests itself as a feeling that we just call intuition. You're like, yeah, my discretion says that I don't think I should take this trade. It's all subjective judgment, okay? You're only going to build it through experience, which is why I'm telling you, get a month or two of experience doing this. I'm not even going to tell you how you can apply to work with me and my team to do this, right? I'm going to make you go to my free Telegram channel. I'm going to make you first go try to do this shit on your own before you can ever come near me and my team to pay us money so that we can help you. I want to see that you're actually trying to put this shit into practice yourself, and they are actually getting a start going on it, that you actually have a Discord journal where you're tracking your trades, and you're just giving 2% of a shit to do the bare minimum before you can ever come close to working one-on-one with me and my team, okay? This ensures that you're actually doing stuff that's in your best interest and ensures that you're a little bit more likely to get results, because honestly, honestly, most of you watching this video are not going to do this. You're going to have shiny object syndrome and jump from things to things to things to a bunch of different trading strategies, and you're never going to get profitable. And I'm not lying to you. 90% of you watching this video are not going to get profitable. And if you think I'm an asshole for doing that, instead of saying all this bullshit like you got to believe in yourself, you have to manifest it, you have to look in the mirror and tell yourself positive affirmations, all that's bullshit. 90% of you watching this video are going to fail. Okay, the 10% of you that are not going to fail in this video are the ones that are actually going to start doing exactly what I'm telling you. And again, I'm not speaking out of my ass here. I've been doing this shit for almost a decade. That is a third of my life. I just turned 30 years old this year, and I started doing this shit right when I turned 21. I'm about to turn 31. I've been doing this for a decade. This has been a third of my life. I've been doing nothing but trading, eating, breathing, sleeping, forex trading every single day for the past decade, okay? I'm uniquely qualified to tell you this. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So whenever it comes here, you're going to put this in your back testing, sold at the res, hit the take profit. Now you have a before screenshot and you have an after screenshot. Then what you can do in this trading journal is you can start actually seeing things as they play out more, right? And then your forward testing, you'll have your live trades there, right? So this will be trades that you take on your actual trading terminal, whether you're trading from the charts on TradingView with a broker that supports it, or whether you're just trading on shit, I don't know, like, you know, if you're trading on MetaTrader 5 like I am, I use MetaTrader 5, that's what I trade on. You can start doing all that. So I'm going to just remove all the chart drawings from here, and that's what you'll do. You do forward testing and back testing. Again, my forward testing looks like this, right? Because it's just all these trades. So you can see even this week after I had a crazy bad win streak, right? I was down $90,000 at the beginning of this week. As a matter of fact, let me go and show you here in Telegram, because in Telegram I show everything. So here we go. I put the P&L today is plus 80,000. Well, this was when I made all the money back. But let me show you what my losing streak was. This was my streak so far this week, as of a couple days ago, up until I had the huge wins that I just had, right? Again, the only thing I'm profitable, the only way I'm profitable is because I make more on my winners than I lose on my losers. If that was not true, I would not be profitable, okay? So I'm not right any more than a little bit more than half of the time. I get out of losing trades early, usually, and I hold winning trades a little bit longer, usually, generally speaking. With this being said, you can look what I put right here. I said, it can be tempting to complain about losing streaks, but keep in mind that professional traders who work at hedge funds, mutual funds, and any other financial asset management company average 3 to 6 down months per year. And if you want to be conservative, you can say 2 to 3 down months per year. But a lot of them, it's more than that. It's 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months per year. You as a retail trader shouldn't expect to be any better. Most people just can't do it, though. They'll continue to complain and get upset about losing streaks, and it's best to remain stoic. I made $170,000 in forex last month, and now I'm down $90,000 this week. It's not the end of the world, right? And I said this literally a day before my huge win streak. So when you look at this right here, this was literally my reality, right? I had lost pretty much every trade. The only trade I didn't lose was a trade that came back and stopped at break even. That's it. So I virtually lost every single trade so far that last week. What I was doing was the same shit, right? USDJPY, it was a sell at resistance. Guess what? It broke above and stopped out. It didn't work out. I lost the trade. Big deal. This was the same thing, USDJPY, when I enter. Whenever I go back up into here, this is another one on USDJPY. My God, let's try to find another one. NZDUSD. This is one of the trades that I had entered that actually ended up working out. That's the sell on USDJPY that didn't work out. These are earlier trades in here that I had put. Here's the analysis of everything. So it's all like pre-planned in here, like, right? Because there's not a lot of work to do. It's just empty charts with different shit. So all of these, the analysis was sent out and everything. I ended up down $89,000 that week, right? Literally just a hair under $90,000. And yet, whenever I had a win streak where I just made a little more than I lost, right? This was $80,000 in a day. And so $80,000 in a day, it brought the losing streak from here. I posted in the Nick's Trades group. I brought the losing streak from all these losing trades that week to now in profit, almost $30,000 in the week, right? Just under $30,000. And then if I have another win on the trade that I'm literally in right now, we don't know if it'll hit the profit target or not. I could have a week where I end in profit $50,000 to $80,000 this week. It's Friday, so I don't expect this trade to play out that quickly, but perhaps going into next week. But regardless, right now in close P&L in the week, I was down $90K a couple days ago. And now because I had huge wins and because I always make more of my wins than I lose on my losses, given enough time and given enough trades over a long enough time horizon, right? You cannot do this analysis for like 5 to 10 trades. You have to do like 50 to 100 trades at least, if not significantly more. I always make more than I lose. That's all that matters, okay? So I was down $90,000 a couple days ago. Now I'm up $30,000 on the week. Absolutely ridiculous. So whenever we go into here, let's go ahead and discuss this last trade that I'm in. So yesterday at 10 a.m., so we're looking at almost 24 hours ago because it's 7 a.m. today, I entered a sell on USDCAD. Now, you might wonder why I entered a sell, okay? So here's the reason. I noticed that the banks and the institutions were coming into the market at that price, and whenever we had the retail buy-side liquidity get liquidated with a stop hunt candle on the other side of the zone, which was a fake out before the continuation to the upwards thrust after distribute, I'm fucking with you. I'm completely fucking with you. If you didn't know that was a joke, please just leave this video right now. After everything I've said, this whole video, if you thought that was real, please leave the video. There's no saving you. Here's why I sold. I went to USDCAD. Price is at a resistance zone. And so I entered a sell at the resistance zone with a stop loss above the zone and a target below. So it looks, something like this, right? The exact shit is right here. There's the exact entry. There's the exact lot size. There's the exact stop loss. There's the exact profit target. Here's the exact terminal with the exact trades position sizing and the exact P&L the moment I entered and the exact balance, equity, margin, free margin, and margin level in percentage. Everything is right there. That's why I call this shit here in my Discord channel. I call every little detail, right? In the Telegram channel, I share the analysis stuff. I share every single detail in the subscription group because I got to make money doing this shit somehow. I'm not going to do all this shit for free. I mean, I'll make free YouTube videos with no ads that are not monetized. I'll literally post in Telegram for 7 years for free, showing people everything. And I'll do 95% of the shit for free. But yeah, I charge for the Discord server, but you don't have to join it. You can get most of the shit for free here in Telegram channel. So as a matter of fact, don't join my Discord. There you go. You don't need it. You can go do this shit on your own. You don't even need to join my Telegram channel. Leave this video right now. No, I'm just playing. Don't leave the video right now. It's almost over. Then you can leave the video. So whenever we go here to USDCAD, I sold because it was at a resistance zone, right? The charts were based on the weekly, the daily. As a matter of fact, you don't even really need daily. You don't need 4 hour. You can use weekly. You can use only the daily. You can use only the 4 hour. Just pick one. It doesn't matter which one. I would say a good in between is like the daily, but I use the daily, the 4 hour, the weekly, all in combination. I've entered a sell at this resistance zone. I put a stop loss above and a target below. It is either going to go up or it is going to go down. If it goes up, I will try to get out of this trade a little bit early. I might lose 25,000. I might lose 30, 40,000. Perhaps it hits the stop loss and then I lose $50,000 and that's okay, right? That's what risk is for. And then if it goes down here and hits the profit target, then I will make $50,000, right? And perhaps I close a little bit early. Maybe I only make 35,000, maybe only 40,000, something like that. But I will make more than I lose long term because I'm just taking simple trades like this. Okay, that is the whole reason for this USD CAD trade. And look how simple it is. I don't even have look how quick it is. Like this took like what, 15 seconds? I entered the trade and then I took screenshots, but to post it took 15 seconds, right? I posted this screenshot, and then I typed, I'm short on USD CAD with 50K risk. That way people who are following me, they can just adjust the risk. They see I'm in a short 125 lots. Let's say they want to risk like a tenth of what I'm risking. Let's say they only want to risk like $5,000. Please don't call me an asshole. They only want to risk $5,000. Nick, who has $5,000 to trade with? I'm sorry. If you have $100 to trade with, I can't fucking help you. I'm so sorry. Please do not crucify me. I can help you if you've got a little bit of capital to trade with, like if you got 5 to 10K to trade with. But if you only have $100 to trade with, I'm sorry, but you probably shouldn't be trading right now. Call me an asshole, dislike this video, unsubscribe if you were subscribed, and then leave my channel. Go learn from somebody else claiming to grow $100 to $1 million. Okay? And I'll say that again because yes, I'm throwing some fucking shade here. Follow somebody who claims to grow $100 on a forex account and swears they grew it to $1 million and swears it was a live account. Go follow someone like that. And I'm not giving any names here, and I'm not throwing any shade in particular. I'm just fucking with you. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. That is fucking nearly damn near impossible, okay? And then I would put improbable. Okay, if you have $100 to trade with, I'm not your guy. I'm sorry. If you got 5 to 10K, yeah, we can kind of work together and I can show you some shit. So if clients want to risk 5K, right, which is 1/10 of what I'm doing, they know instead of using 125 lots, they're just going to use, what's that? 12.5? Is that 1/10? My God, my math's horrible. So they use 12.5 lots. You want to risk 2,500 instead of 5K? We'll just use half of that. 12.5 lots, half of that is 6.25 lots. Okay, cool. Now you see my incredible math abilities. I can do subtraction and division and algebra in my head. Smart cookie. I'm just kidding. I'm not that smart. So you can use your lot sizes proportionately to follow my exact trades in here. And that's what makes it all nice and super sexy. So what I'm looking for the rest of this week, I'm just going to go ahead and take all this bullshit off the chart. 80 JPY, I'm waiting for price to get up here into this resistance zone. And then when price gets there, I'm going to be selling with a stop above and a target below. I'm not even going to draw the short position tool because by this point in the video, it should be pretty obvious where your entry should be at the zone, where your stop loss should be just above the zone, right? Not too fucking far up here and not just like right above the zone, but just a little bit above the zone to give it some room. And then after you've set the stop, after you have set the stop, after you have set the stop, after you have put the stop in place, then set the take profit at 1-to-1. Okay? Get the entry inside the zone, and then after you have set the stop loss at the appropriate location, then drag your profit to just a 1-to-1. Just for now. You can change it a couple months later. You can have negative risk to reward ratios. 1 unit of risk for 0.5 units of gain. You can have positive risk reward ratios, right? You can have 1 unit of risk for 2 units of gain. I'm just saying, if you just do it with 1-to-1 right now, it's so simple. The trades play out so much quicker. And if you're risking large dollar amounts, you can make fuck tons of money just using 1-to-1 risk reward ratios. I've done this shit since 2018 on my original Instagram account, which is all lowercase, Nick Sean FX. Just Nick Sean, the words FX. You scroll back into 2018, or actually, no, I think it was 2019. Please excuse me. It's 2019. I have a post where I literally show, like, look, I've tested 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1-to-3 risk reward ratios, and I found there's really no real difference from 1-to-1 risk reward ratios. 1-to-1 works just as good as 1-to-3. As a matter of fact, 1-to-3 worked a little bit shittier. And God forbid if you're using 1-to-5, 1-to-10, 1-to-69 risk reward ratios using the ICT, smart money concept, silver bullet, bullshit fuckery strategy. If you're doing shit like that, that's just not my thing, okay? I'll be the dude over here who says, I don't know, bro, it's out of support zone. I'll just buy with a stop below and a target above, and I'll risk $50K per trade. And while all these other dumbasses here who won't even show their account balance are using a $50 account with a 1-to-6 billion risk to reward ratio, they're going to call me a stupid retail trader. They're going to say, yeah, Nick Sean trades retail. Yeah, he trades retail. Well, you know, whatever the fuck that means. Absolute mental retardation. I do absolutely the bare minimum. And I see so many people doing things that don't matter at the cost of things that really do matter, which is keeping things simple and controlling risk. So to tie this up, I'm going to be looking for sells on 80 JPY. Right here at the zone, stop loss above, and then after the stop losses hit a target of a 1-to-1. Euro Canadian dollar. I was looking to take this, but this looks like it has not set up. It almost set up, but it didn't quite get all the way to the alert, so I've missed this alert by literally a dick hair. That's the smallest unit of measurement scientifically. It's called the dick hair. It's called the Planck measurement, otherwise known as the dick hair. I missed the alert by a dick hair. What would I be doing? I'd be looking to buy right there at the zone. I'd be looking to put a stop below the zone. I'd be looking to put a target above this zone. GBP USD, I'm looking for price to come into this zone, then I'm going to buy, stop below, target at 1-to-1. This right here, GBPNZD, I already showed you. I showed you this trade that we're going to lose for sure because I've already drawn it on the chart. When price gets to that zone, if we see it there, then I'll buy there at that zone. Euro GBP, if we get back up here to this resistance zone, I will probably be looking to sell. And if we get to this next support zone down here, I'll be looking to buy. The stop will go below, target above. You see how simple this is? You see how it just takes me like 5-10 seconds to do the analysis on each pair? If you do this at the beginning of the week and you set your charts up on Sunday and put all your alerts in place, then you can spend even less time. You can spend 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. Okay, if you got a couple $1,000s to trade with and you're not spending 5 fucking minutes in the morning and 4.75 minutes in the evening, right? Because you can be a little bit quicker in the evening. You ready to go to bed? You can't take the full 5 minutes. You got to do 4.75 minutes. If this is like 10 minutes a day, okay, and I'm not fucking with you. If you set up your charts at the beginning of the week and you already have your alerts in place and you just click through, is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? Nope. There's no trades. There's nothing has got to the alerts yet. Boom, done. Shouldn't even take you 5 minutes. Okay, if you're bitching like forex trading takes too much time, I'm sorry, you're a dumbass. Just don't watch my videos. Just dislike the video, write in the comments, Nick, you're an asshole, and go follow someone else who swears they can grow $100 to $1 million, because I take my hat off to this person in respect because he's a better trader than I will ever be. I'm over here, I'm a cuckold motherfucker bitch, and I can't do that, okay? So you go follow that guy, and I'm going to sit here and talk to the rest of you that actually have a brain so that you can actually start doing this shit for real. So Euro GBP, that's what I'll be looking for. CAD JPY, I took this trade and I lost it. I sold here at resistance. It spiked above, hit the stop loss. USD JPY as well. I sold right here, spiked above, hit the stop loss. That's what resulted in the $90,000 of loss this week. And then I got AUD USD, Euro AUD. There's not really any setups I see on a lot of these other pairs, so we're just gonna like gloss over that. I'm not even gonna talk about crypto in this video right now. I've got a shit ton of crypto. I bought into the altcoins again. I hope they go up. If they go up, I'll make millions of dollars. Let's go ahead and just have a look at my Coinbase portfolio right now to see what the hell's going on. A lot of my crypto I still have on my ledger, but I have some in Coinbase right here. This is bullshit. So I was up at 1.67 million. This is just the money that I actively trade and gamble with. The rest of it's sitting in the ledger. So 1.67 million, and now we're down to 1.27. So I lost like 30-40 grand this week. Here's all my holdings in crypto if you just want to see what I'm in. All these were done live. I call these out live, and you can see everything I'm in right here. You see my positions, average price, total, everything, and then you could just do that. I'm not even going to spend time going into it. But how do I trade crypto? I trade crypto in the same damn way I trade forex. Why? Look, let's just go to the chart. Why did I buy Solana at 198? Okay, Is is there a reason we could see? Oh, wait, hold on. 198 is right here. Okay, wait, hold on. So you bought when price came into the support resistance zone? Is that what you did, Nick? Oh, now it makes sense now. Okay, he's buying at support and selling at resistance. Man, it would have been so much easier to have known that if Nick had been yelling about it the entire video and cursing profusely, trying to drill it through my head. Yes, Solana came into the support zone. I bought at support. It broke above the resistance, came back, tested support. I bought $100,000, and I bought another $100,000 as it started to go up. So my average price here is about like 212, or whatever the fuck it says there in Coinbase. If it goes up here to the previous high, maybe even 260, I'll make like 20% gain on this. You know what 20% of 200K is? That's $40,000. That would be amazing. That would be so sexy if I could make an extra $40,000. Might be help me pay for my fucking bills to live here in my high-rise building for a month or two. So with this being said, that is crypto. That is all the Forex trades. Here's what I want you to do going away from this video. I'm not going to ask you to like this video. I'm not going to ask you to comment. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. I'm not even going to ask you to join my fucking Telegram channel. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to go to Discord and set up a trading journal in the way that I showed you here in this video. And then while you're in that trading journal, just track your trades and just do this religiously for a month. Do nothing but use the higher time frames, right? 4 hour, daily, weekly. If you can't fucking decide, just pick the daily and take everything else off your trading view and just use the daily chart, okay? Then when price gets to a clear, obvious, ridiculously, painfully clear support or resistance zone, you buy if it's at support, sell if it's at resistance, put a stop just under the zone if it's at support. Then after you put the stop loss, then put a target of a 1-to-1. Let it hit TP or stop just for the first month or two, right? You're just trying to get some data. You're throwing darts at the dartboard. You're seeing what's going to happen. Just do this for a month or two. I'm not going to sit here and beg you like a submissive beta non-alpha male sigma grind set bitch. Instead, I'm just going to invite you to say, look what's happened for me, as well as thousands of the people that have learned from me, as well as the 50,000 people that follow me in Telegram that I've done this live over the past 7 years for. And I'm going to ask you to consider all that information and consider the merit and the justification and the credibility of some of the statements that I'm making, and then use this to go and actually test what I'm saying. Okay. Yes, it will be worth your time to do. It will be 100% worth your time to do. You know why? Because it fucking works. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm not going to ask you to hit the like button or comment or join my Telegram or any fucking thing like that. Just go do this for yourself. Open up your trading journal, take all the bullshit off your charts, just use daily charts, buy at support on the daily, sell at resistance on the daily, let things hit, take profit or stop loss. Then after a month or two, you can start trying to fine tune things and tweak it down. I'm not even going to tell you how you can work with me and my team. I'm going to make you do it on your own. And if you're really interested, you'll figure out how the fuck to go to where to apply to work with me and my team. And with that being said, that's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one, my friend. Cheers to you and your trading journey.